I'd like to start off by saying that I'm sorry. I'm really, really, really sorry. The annual summer exchange program to the United States was the highlight of the year. It's what kept us all going, getting us through exams with the knowledge that at the end of it we'd fly across the Atlantic and spend time with an American family. It's been a mainstay of this school since 1973, and I'm sorry, I am really sorry to be the cause of cancelling the entire program. Forever. As most of you know through Facebook or Twitter or Flickr or Tumblr, thanks for all the messages, guys. I've had to suspend my accounts. While in America, I became an addict. I'm now 6 weeks through an addiction recovery program. It's been hard, but I'm making progress. In my defense, I'd like to say that something like this was bound to happen, given what everyone knows about America. And our parents and the school administration should have taken steps to prevent it. So I actually think it's really cheeky of them to force me to stand up here and apologise to you when it's their fault in the... Sorry, Miss Brewster. The thing about America is, everyone's shooting up. At least everyone where I was. Mrs. Cunningham, she was my host mother. She was pear-shaped, and when she collected me from the airport, she was like, "Top of the morning to you," in a really bad Irish accent. And I was like, OMG, this woman's crazy. But then, driving home to the farm outside of Blacksburg, Virginia, we travelled along the Blue Ridge Mountains, which were covered in mist, and seemed to roll on and on for what looked like forever. And then I thought, maybe America won't be so bad. Mrs. Cunningham asked me if I was okay, and I was like, oh, sorry, just thinking. And then she said, "No need for apologies in this country, dear. We'll have you acting like an American in no time." If only I knew. When we got to the farm, I met her husband, Mr. Cunningham, and their 2 kids. Well, I say kids, but Brad was 16 and like totally into me, but in a weird way, and my underwear went missing for a while, but whatever. And Rachel, who was 10, she was sweet, and I thought we'd get along fine because I've always wanted a little sister. But I should have known. Rachel was the one who introduced it to me, shooting up. I was like, do your parents know you do this? The first time she showed me what she did in the woods near the farm, and she was like, oh, of course. Sometimes they do it with me. The first time I shot up, it was early in the morning. I'd come downstairs and I guess Mrs. Cunningham had forgotten and she just left the equipment like right there lying on the table. But it was almost as if she wanted me to find it. So I thought, well, nobody's around. I'll give it a try, just this once. So I went out into the woods and I shot up. It was the most amazing feeling. Like a total rush of power and freedom, like I could do whatever I wanted and didn't have to worry about what anyone would think. And I suddenly felt American, I guess. No need for apologies in this country. That's what Mrs. Cunningham had said. And I was hooked. I started shooting up every day in the woods. Sometimes before school, sometimes after. I daydream in class about how I was going to shoot up later. I thought I had things under control though. That is until one weekend. The family was out at church, so I went into Mr. and Mrs. Cunningham's room just to have a look around. And in their room there was this cabinet, and in it was a huge stash. I went out into the woods with that stash and I shot up. I shot up so much I thought I was going to explode. After that, the need was overwhelming. I needed to be able to shoot up anywhere, anytime, and if I couldn't, I'd get nervous and panicky and start shaking, and my heart would race. So I took the equipment with me everywhere I went. I mean, people in America shoot up all the time in all kinds of places. They carry their equipment with them and they don't apologise for it. So I didn't think anything about taking the equipment with me to school. But apparently that's illegal. My therapist explained to me that in America people shoot up in schools like really publicly and Americans can't deal with that. But I mean, I don't really understand why they're so shocked. You could take your shoot-up equipment into bars and clubs and into cafes, into the supermarket, in your car, into the library, into church. You and your kid could go to the shooting up range and unload together. But then everyone's really confused when kids turn up at school ready to shoot up. So, yeah, I guess I knew there was some kind of cultural miscommunication going on when the school called in the National Guard. I tried to explain to them that I wasn't going to do anything. I just needed the equipment around. Like, needed it around. Like I might die if it wasn't with me. They didn't believe me. In fact, they deported me the next day. Which is why I'm here now, apologising. The road to recovery has been hard. They gave me this. Don't worry, it's just a spud gun. It's like methadone. It helps me from panicking when I'm in nervous situations. Well, I better go now because Miss Brewster said I only have 5 minutes. But before I go, I'd like to say again how sorry I am for ruining your holiday. I didn't mean to get addicted. America gets to you.